Sonic Unleashed is my favorite Sonic game of all time. Released back in November of 2008, Sonic Unleashed actually holds up way better than most modern titles do in the franchise. What's up, Dankers? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about some Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed is the oddball of the franchise. Sure, there were a bunch of great games that came afterwards, but something just keeps drawing me back to Sonic Unleashed, and it's very clear what that is. It's the amazing music, the unique settings, interesting story, and the beautiful graphics, which still to this day is on par with modern graphics of future releases. This game just shines in more ways than one. The nighttime stages, sure, while taking a bit to get through, are expansive with a lot of detail put into them. The environments make the level feel open, and I love exploring and finding secrets. The Werehog stages do get dumped on a lot, and I do understand where a lot of people are coming from, but I'm not here to discuss the Werehog stages. I'm here to talk about the real star of the show, the daytime stages. Well, one to be exact. This was the first game to use the Hedgehog engine, and on the Xbox 360 version, this console is being pushed to its limits. However, the daytime stages are truly incredible, and with the Xbox Series S and X, the frame rate problem goes away entirely, and they add 60 frames. The high blazing stages showed exactly what 3D Sonic truly could be. High-speed thrills, fast-paced action, expansive and immersive stages. Sonic Unleashed likes to do is take real-world locations and give them the Sonic art style, kinda giving them that Pixar-feeling vibe. And to me, that is one of Sonic Unleashed's greatest strengths. It's the only Sonic game of modern time to kinda take on a style like that before it went strictly Green Hill for the rest of the franchise. All the stages in this game when it comes to the level design are incredible. The details are just out of this world, whether you're playing the daytime stages or the nighttime stages, or just exploring the hubs. However, I feel Sonic Unleashed is at its strongest in the very beginning of the game, where I feel the perfect blend of real-world location and Sonic World comes together nicely, creating what I think is the best Sonic level ever, that being Apotos. Apotos is brimming with detail, starting with Act 1, so at the tail end of the opening cutscene, Sonic falls from space and down to Earth. However, when we see Sonic fall, we see him fall right outside of the Act 1 barrier. Then after the cutscene, Sonic picks up at Act 1, which is actually a pretty good tutorial level. But it's also here we have the first instant of world building with the level having Sonic run into the city. You can tell this as the level starts to become more city-like as it would be in Act 2. The music in Act 1 has less instruments and is quiet, and that was done intentionally. Once you finish the stage, you are at the entrance of Apotos. And when you start playing again, you're in the hub, and the music is one of the first things to catch you. It's a nice quiet lullaby, and with that playing in the background, exploring the hub is actually really cool. Sure, it's small, but it introduces you to one of the main collectibles of this game, the Sun and Moon medals, because this is where you'll first find them at. I also love how nothing here is telling you to explore. Sure, they might bring it up in some text, but you can just totally enter the level area if you want. So something I actually should have stated from the beginning of this video, but I was waiting to bring it up now when we were talking about Act 2 of this, is that, remember when I said that Sonic Unleashed based all of its levels on real-world locations? Well, Apotos is no exception. It's actually based on the Greece town, Mykonos. And once you start seeing actual real-world pictures and footage, it becomes 100% clear that this is exactly what this level is supposed to be. The long, narrow hallways that Mykonos has, and you thought it was bad level design. Nah, just really accurate. The stone in the ground for the roads, the white blocky houses, and the blue and red railings. They did such a good job of recreating Mykonos. It's like taking a little tour of the island. How much detail is here is insane. The music normally being the first thing to greet you, and here it is fantastic, but also familiar. Act 1 was all about getting to the city of Apotos. The music is kind of quiet, it's missing a few instruments, and it's actually like it's being played from far away, as if you're hearing the song in the distance. So when Act 2 starts and you enter the city and the music is bombastic, it's loud, it's fantastic, it adds on to what Act 1 had, it is just amazingly well put together. Apotos has a really great piece of music, and I absolutely love hearing it whenever I get the chance. Back to the level, and speaking of music, I love the little sound pieces this level has as well. Right after Sonic is about to get off the rails, you can hear a ship blow their horn, and if you get off and stop, you can actually listen to them, and you'll hear them as well. And continuing on a bit, when you're on the rails, you can actually see that there are several ships sailing in the water down below, hence where the sounds are coming from. After a bit, you can come across a 2D part of the level where it has tons of windmills just lined up. Mykonos has some famous windmills, and unfortunately they don't work anymore. While Sonic Unleashed does have ones working, they also have the ones that don't work to keep up with actual real life ones. Only certain types don't move. The windmills with the small blades are constantly moving, and the windmills with no blades don't move at all, just like the real ones. They didn't just skip a couple of windmills and forget to animate them. No, they're actually sticking to Mykonos' actual real life lore. I love seeing how big the world is around Sonic. Like in the 2D sections, there are several pathways and buildings, making the level feel like you're going through an actual city. Going off the beaten pathways, you'll actually find some secrets in Act 2. There are bits in this level where the game wants you to leave the intended path to get collectibles. This doesn't just apply to Windmill Isle, but they have secrets like medals, book, vinyls, and other collectibles. It's great going off the beaten path to find out the developers programmed an extra area that has a collectible in it. It rewards you for exploring, and while Windmill Isle 2 doesn't have a lot of those collectibles hidden in plain sight, they do have a lot of areas that just are open for you to explore for some reason. Big open areas that have nothing in them but are coded for some reason for Sonic to be able to walk around. A lot of these special little details in Apotos gets ignored greatly, so sometimes I just like to walk through the hub, walk through the levels, and just really take everything in, and I've been able to find some really cool things just doing that. Like these glitches that I found where I accidentally boosted too high up and landed on top of this blue bridge. Can't really do anything on it, but I found that you could land on it, and I tried so many times to just get on the fucking blue bridge just to do it for nothing to happen. But hey, I did it. And also for the 2D sections, they actually added a lot of detail to these as well. There's a section later in the level where you can actually break the 2D barrier and go fully 3D. I think this is a pretty much well-known glitch for Sonic Unleashed at this point, but they added so much detail to an area you would never even go to, and for what? Why? Did they plan to make this level bigger? Was there plan to be more in it? I don't know. Apotos is one of the best Sonic levels ever, in my opinion. It's just so immersive, it pulls me in, and I love it. I love Sonic Unleashed with my whole heart. It's actually my favorite Sonic game of all time, and it came out on my birthday, so fun little fact. But after Apotos, it feels the game kind of goes downhill when it comes to the world building. There's something about the world building with Apotos connected to the rest of the game that makes it feel so real, so lived in, and I feel like they did that on purpose to kind of start the game off with a bang. Well, that was a video I made talking about Apotos. I have been thinking about this video forever. Sonic Unleashed is my favorite Sonic game, and Apotos is my favorite Sonic level from this game. It just was so stacked with detail, and it really felt like they wanted to start the game off strong, and they did just that. Let me know what you guys think about this. What is your favorite Sonic level of all time? Is it from the same game? I'd love to know. Sonic Unleashed was such a wild beast at the time, and I don't think a lot of people were ready for it when it came out. Well, guys, that's gonna do it for me today. It's just a little video I want to do about Apotos appreciation, and I finally got around to making it. What is your guys' favorite Sonic game? Do you like Sonic Unleashed? Let me know in the comments down below, and I'll get to you when I get to you. I have an Instagram, I have an X, and you can go follow me. Both those links will be in the description down below. And while you're down there, can we try to get this video up to 10 likes? That'll be much appreciated. Also, while I got you down there, can I get you to hit that subscribe button and the bell for post notifications, because I wouldn't want you to miss a single upload of mine, and it would take like 3 seconds, and it would be greatly appreciated. And also for those daredevils out there, you know the ones, I have a Patreon, and that will also be in the description down below, and you can donate if you want. Your support helps the channel. Alright guys, I'm gonna get off here. Remember, you're not gonna find this anywhere else, and you know why? Because it's the Dankers difference.